Okay. Now, once again, we are live. I'm with Rock and Roll, my French connection. I'm playing Gerald R Beats in the background. Mr. Gerald R Beats hit me up on Instagram and YouTube. Left me a comment saying, "Dude, will you play my beats? I have beats for you." I said, "As long as you don't charge me, we're good. We can do this." He said, "Okay. I don't have to charge you. I just want you to play my beats in the intro and the background." So that's Gerald R Beats on SoundCloud. The link is down at the bottom of the description. It's a beautiful thing, man, where people are taking notice of what we're doing in the cryptocurrency space. People that want to learn, just stick with us, man. We'll guide you in the right direction, and we always talk about other crypto channels. Because it's impossible for one channel to cover everything. So that's why I love, if you go back and watch my other two live streams, my past two live streams, I give some good other channels so that you can diversify your subscription portfolio on YouTube. But again, we go with the flow. And I'm also going to do an edited version of these live streams, a shorter version where you can just go and get a concise info, just a few minutes. Matter of fact, I've always thought about doing the Crypto's News, started doing it yesterday. So those of you that watch Crypto's News, he also does now. He has a different channel where you can go and just check out a concise version of his, hour-long live streams and stuff. So we got Mr. Rock and Roll over here. I know you're feeling good right now with this crypto green day. Jamie Dimon is over there pooping in his pants. And he's probably holding crypto. You think he has some crypto? Do you think Jamie Dimon actually has crypto in his portfolio?
Yeah, I don't think he personally have crypto, but we know his daughter bought some Bitcoin,
His daughter?
and he's quite upset. His daughter,
What?
and he's quite upset about that. Actually, he talked about it in the media. So he told about how his daughter, she thinks she's a genius because she bought some Bitcoin a few years ago, and she is a genius and he's an idiot. But that's a funny one. And
Oh man.
yeah, so I don't know if he's holding any personally, but I know JP Morgan are trading Bitcoin in a few different ways, and it's kind of big bluff when he's talking about that, about Bitcoins. I know the last time that was so epic, he trash talked Bitcoin, that made the price dip a little,
Yeah, I
and
remember. Yeah.
then his trader on the Stockholm Stock Exchange or something like that were buying Bitcoin's options. That's, I mean, they bought the dip. He created a dip and they bought the dip. That's just market manipulation at its finest.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, this guy has no credibility anymore,
Yeah.
especially in the crypto space.
Yeah, yeah. And we were talking about and again folks, none of this is financial advice. We talk about basically our feelings, how we feel, how the crypto market is gonna go, what we feel and think are gonna be some great picks. But like I mentioned earlier, you wanna look at everything, so watch different channels. Don't just watch this channel and just make your decisions on what you're gonna buy. But I do want to let you guys know we do thorough research when it comes to what coins we're going to go into. There's no lending platform ICO talk here or none of that where everybody's a mystery
Yeah,
and
we
whoever.
try to anyway.
Huh?
We try to anyway,
Yeah, we
but
try.
yeah,
Yeah, we try our best, man. And make sure you guys go watch my last two live streams, man. There's some good info on there. Check me out on Instagram and all the other good stuff. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, pound that like button. And if you're on Discord, check us out. I'm Naked Matrix on Discord. It's Rock and Roll on Discord. Steam it, all of that good stuff. Let me see. It says we have one person watching. If you are watching, we love you. But I know more coming in. And so Roken, man, what what are your views on
on the
this?
price.
Yeah, on Bitcoin right now. You were saying that it looks like a dead cat bounce, but it's not. You don't think it might be?
Yeah, well, uh, okay, let me show you something.
Okay. And for those that don't know, dead cat bounce is like Roken was explaining previously that you throw a dead cat and it just bounces a little bit, but then
Yeah,
bounces back
so
down.
look here. This is the weekly chart.
For Bitcoin.
So the indicator, the TD sequential indicator, told me that this candle is a 9. So if we got a 9, we usually got some kind of correction after that. So the weekly chart right now tend to be bearish. And I mean, the last time we got a 9 on the weekly chart, it was right there. Right here.
Yeah, and it dip after
it took 8 weeks to cross back the higher high we made on this 9.
8 weeks?
You know, it took 8. On the 8th week, after the top, we managed to break here.
Okay.
So I don't know if this will happen the same way. I mean, here we got an 8. Right here we got an 8. And this candle was probably a 9 for a short time. Very short time.
Yeah.
And right after that, where we see, like, it took 4 weeks to get over the high we made on this candle. So I'm expecting some kind of retracement or slowing down. That's what the charts are telling me. But that's the longer term chart. If we look at the day chart, if we look at the day chart, this look like a top.
Okay.
Look very much like a top. But my indicator will tell me that we're on a 7. And so we should go to a 9. So that means we got 2 more days of upside, considering this. That don't mean we will break this. We should get 2 more days of upside. If we get 2 more days of upside, I will look for a retracement, because then we will get a daily 9 on a weekly 9. See, I showed you the weekly.
Yeah.
Here on the weekly, we got a 9.
Okay.
So if we got a daily 9 on a weekly 9, and we are just after a monthly 9 on the monthly chart, because we just started a new month, but we were on a 9 last month. I mean, that's kinda tell me to be cautious. To be, well, as long as the price don't drop much, it could mean some sideways trading for a while. But I mean, a while can be very short in Bitcoin.
Right. So that's what the chart is telling you. And what is
yeah, if I look at the 4, let's look into it a bit deeper though. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we got a 9 and a big top here. So here is the 9, it indicates me to take profit, and right after that, we got a big drop.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, this is the 1, but it's not far from being a 5. And if this is a 5, the count continue, and then we got a 9 here. And then it break up. So here I'm looking on the 4-hour to 5 more candle of upside.
How much more?
At least.
How much more of upside?
5 candle of 4 hours.
Okay.
So something like 20 hours.
Well,
before some kind of retracement. But well, that's not rocket science. I mean, this indicator can be wrong. I mean, it is wrong sometimes, but it's kind of accurate. I mean, it called the top pretty good right here, and Well, usually we got some pretty good indication from this. Well, if you got on the hour chart, it's not really useful, but there's too much noise in this. All right, we got a 9 here. We got a 9 right here.
Okay.
So this 9 would tell me that we got 1 to 4 hour correction, and then higher.
And then it'll go back up higher?
Then higher to match with the 4 hour, where I told you that we got 20 more hours of upside. Well, the 4 first could be sideways or down, and then up. But, well, this indicator just tell me about time, though. It don't tell me about price target. So it could be up and just a little up, and still the indicator will, the count will continue. So I don't really know about price target at this stage. I mean, I don't know. I think it will go down for 1 to 4 hours right now. So this should be a little bearish, and maybe the 5 also a little. Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a bit all for the Bitcoin price. That's the most important thing. I mean, we can talk about the ETH price and all. Way less important than the Bitcoin price.
You say you think
I still think that.
You say you think the ETH price is a little bit more important right now?
Yeah, well, ETH isn't on a bull run like Bitcoin is, and yeah, the price of the whole crypto market is very tied to the Bitcoin market.
Right.
I mean, it has to do with how the money move in this market. Right. So usually the money comes from cash and go to Bitcoin, and only from Bitcoin to other cryptocurrencies. There are not very much at this point cash to altcoins gateway. So most of the money has to go through Bitcoin. So looking at the growth of Bitcoin gives you a good indicator of the potential growth of the crypto, of the other cryptos. And right now it's looking quite good. It's looking very good.
The market in general.
Yeah, and the adoption rate.
Yeah.
I mean, with Bitcoin at 10,000, we heard about Bitcoin at the national news and on the radio all over France. So everyone knows what is Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
They don't know much, and obviously they don't make a good publicity out of it. I mean, they kind of talk about it's a bubble and everything like that, but no, everybody has heard about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they at least heard about it. Now, whether or not, you know, what they heard and what they believe about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is a whole nother story. And what I think is that the people, what I think is,
but no, I got question.
What?
I'm working in Bitcoin, so I'm working in cryptocurrency, right. And people around me didn't understand that since, or didn't care about that since recently. And now, because Bitcoin made appearance in the news and everything, yeah. I got some old people and some people that weren't really interested in all that and that barely know how to run a computer, that come and ask me, well, you're working like that, what is this thing?
Yeah.
And so I'm spending some time explaining that to people, and it's quite interesting, but it's challenging for them to grasp the beauty of the blockchain.
Yeah. And you know, I think that those of us that went into cryptos without anyone really telling us, you know, we're like, man, you know, I don't like to brag, but we're like on a whole nother level because a lot of other people needed us, because Cliff High would call us the innovators. You know, we're still in the innovator stage up until like next year. Then it'll become more like the early adopters, like next year going into the spring. But you know, a lot of people that are understanding it now are understanding it through those of us that just saw it for ourselves and said, hey man, you know what? This is it. This is it. You know what I mean? And people that I've been telling since I first got into it, I didn't keep it a secret, but they waited, you know, later, and they're like, oh man, if I would have got into it when you told me, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to hear that. You know what I mean? You're still early in the game. All that wishing, coulda, woulda, you know, that's weakness. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just letting people out there know, do not open your mouth and come to me or anyone else and say, oh, I wish. No, just be happy that you're doing it now and don't hesitate. So anyway, I'm off my little soapbox, man.
All right. You know, I first heard about Bitcoin in 2011, 2012, and I didn't really pay attention to it, and I'm cursing myself every day for not doing it, but that won't prevent me to try my best today.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I heard about it.
The first Bitcoin I bought cost me less than $40. But I used it right away. That was for another purpose.
Right.
Man.
Right. Yeah. No. Hey, man. I understand, man. I heard about Bitcoin early last year, and just couldn't find any information on it. You know, I was working so much, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, it was like I thought that you had to earn it through looking at YouTube videos, and they had different ways that you could earn Bitcoin. And I was reading about certain companies that would pay you in Bitcoin. I was even reading about homeless people. This is how I first found out about Bitcoin. They were saying that homeless people were getting upset because they were like eliminating their Wi-Fi, or certain Wi-Fi spots where they would get free Wi-Fi, you know, and they were all crowding into libraries and stuff. And people were asking them, well, why do you need Wi-Fi so bad? And they're like, because this is how we earn Bitcoin, you know. And they were talking about homeless people earning Bitcoin by watching YouTube channels. And I even downloaded an app that keeps refreshing the page so that I can keep viewing a certain video, you know. And I installed that app, and I was ready to start doing Bitcoin. And after that, I got caught up in other stuff, and then a year later, I'm into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you the truth. It was from watching. People don't like these guys for some reason, but guess what? I love these guys. Trayvon, Craig, and Crypto's News. Those were the three main people that I was watching, and who inspired me to get into crypto, and taught me a little bit on how to step my foot in the game, and inspired me to get into it. So yeah, big up to those guys, man, for real. But man, look, I bought Ethereum at $10. I bought Monero at $10. You know, I was buying Burst at 72 Satoshis back then when Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin at like $700. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm telling people, keep following us, man. You'll go places, man. You know. But anyway, man. So what do you feel about the market? You saying that, you know, it's a good sign right now? Are you looking at like for altcoins, or like do you think? Because I heard some people saying, like one guy, Silvertooth. I wanted to mention Silvertooth, Crypto Daily, and Mike B. Those are some good channels, folks. But you know, Silvertooth was saying, oh, you still have up until the spring, you know, to buy altcoins and stuff like that. Do you think? Do you think people have that long?
Well,
huh?
Yeah, well, that depends what you're looking at. I mean, you will be able to buy it at the same range as today, till maybe the end of winter and the start of the spring. But the same range would mean like like when Ether, that was around 12 and $20 for a while. When it stepped up and goes over 100 and to 300, it changed range. That's what I'm talking about when I say range. So, I mean, there are a lot of coins that you will be able to buy before the pop. And you will get the pop, but you will probably buy it way expensiver than they are right now.
Because a Bitcoin price going up too, right? And Ethereum price going up too, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to buy Bitcoin.
Except if you're looking only at the Bitcoin price of these assets, because so long as the Bitcoin price keep rising like that, the Satoshi price of the alts should continue to go down or sideways, except for the ones that are doing really well.
Right.
But that won't be the majority. I don't think the alts will outperform Bitcoin right now. Well, maybe if my 1 to 4 week sideways is accurate, but we're not sure yet about that.
But like for example, burst at 72 Satoshis, or let's say 10,000 burst at 72 Satoshis. I remember that being like 30, 40 bucks, or like 30 bucks or 25 bucks or something. Where now 10,000 is like, 10,000 bursts at the same Satoshi price is like 80 bucks. You see what I'm saying? So if you look at it like that, depending on how high, and how fast Bitcoin and Ethereum keep moving, people are still going to wind up paying more in USD in most cases, right?
Yeah, well, the issue is, right, if you look at this year, the crypto holder, the ones that are smart with their investment made really a huge amount of money. The ones that played the right ICO, the right arts at the right time. I mean, there was a shitload of money to make. But in the end, the people that were Bitcoin holder, they made 1,000% profit. So it's nothing to laugh at. It's not as much as like the rise of ETH or Monero or things like that, or even Litecoin. But I mean, they don't have to choose and to take the risk. When you invest in alts or in ICOs, you don't expect every one of them to succeed.
Right.
In Bitcoin, it's like when you're in the stocks, you have to pick the right stock, the right company that will make you profit. That is quite some. That can be some hard tasks to do your due diligence on every project you invest in. So I think the Bitcoin holders aren't wrong.
You said the what?
I mean, the Bitcoin holder. They aren't wrong. They aren't wrong in their thinking. I mean, they are making a lot of money, and they don't have to care about any of these alts. They don't have to care about any SEO. They don't have to make research or anything. They don't have to. They just have to buy Bitcoin
and hold.
They don't even have to. They don't even have to catch a dip. They just have to put a certain amount of money in Bitcoin every week. And if you just do that, well, that's enough to make a lot of money.
Yeah. Agreed. And with some of these forks and what Adam Meister likes to call crypto dividends and stuff, you know what I mean? Because now the people, and for those of you that have money on Coinbase, let me say what's up to Gerald R first. Gerald R jumped in the chat and said, "Let's get it, man. Let's get it, Gerald R." And for those that don't know, I'm playing his beats right now. The link is down in the description for his beats. But yeah, man. The thing. Yeah, go ahead. What was you saying?
Right. What was I saying?
Oh man, yeah. I had to give Gerald R a shout out though, man. I love it when people are popping in, man. But we were talking about the crypto dividends, and I was gonna let people know that if you had money on Coinbase, I think it was during the Bitcoin Cash, right? Not the Bitcoin Gold. Which one is Coinbase gonna honor? It's one of the four. I believe it was Cash. I believe it was the Bitcoin
Yeah,
Cash.
it's gonna honor Bitcoin Cash, but we don't really know when. It should be at the start of the year.
Right.
So for everyone that invests in Bitcoin Cash, expect a lot of people that will have access to their Bitcoin Cash at that moment, and that will dump it on the market.
True. True.
So that's not good news for Bitcoin Cash at all.
That's Coinbase though. Coinbase should have gave everyone their Bitcoin Cash right away. Just like even BitConnect. BitConnect gave people their Bitcoin Cash. If you have money, Bitcoin in BitConnect, they honored the Bitcoin Cash. And Coinbase, you know, BitConnect is supposed to be the scam, but Coinbase, you know, if you ask me,
they are kind of honoring it, but with so much delays, so it's not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Well, there are some agenda behind that, but I don't really know what is happening. I've not done enough research about that.
Look at this. Now, look at the Chase symbol and look at the Coinbase symbol. I get confused between both of them. Sometimes I try to click on one and I'm clicking on the other because they look so similar. And guess what else I discovered? That Coinbase, you can't screenshot on Coinbase anymore. You used to be able to do a screenshot of your funds and stuff like that on Coinbase. And guess what? I used to be able to do it on Chase. Now I can't screenshot on Chase either. Are they connected somehow? Same colors, same things they're doing. I'm thinking they might be connected.
I don't know. That's like for me to make a connection like that. But
you know me, I love conspiracies, bro. I love it. You know?
I get what you want to say, but
but I'm like, dude, they look too much alike, and they're acting the same way too. They're acting the same way, just like banks.
There was some news yesterday, I think, about Coinbase on the IRS.
Yeah.
So I think Coinbase released some information about their user to the IRS.
Yeah.
That's not really good. You don't really want that. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. Gemini Exchange is another option for U.S. people. You know, I'm just letting people know the other, and you can just buy Bitcoins directly from people. Just be very careful with that at local Bitcoins. I've never done it, and I'm not recommending it, but you can go check it out. You know, it's another alternative. Or you can always use, get a separate Bitcoin wallet and buy Bitcoin at an ATM and hold it in another wallet. Jack's wallet, Exodus wallet, whatever other wallets there are. What is it, Konami or Coinme or whatever these other wallets are. We'll talk about them too.
Well, there are exchanges less shady than Coinbase.
Where you can buy it with fiat.
I'm not against the use of exchanges, but Coinbase is really shady. I'm against the storage of crypto on exchanges.
Yeah.
I mean, but the exchanges in themselves are quite a useful tool. I mean, we kind of need that. So at least until we got some real efficient decentralized trading platform. But until then, we kind of need our Poloniex or Bitrex and even Coinbase to get the Bitcoin. But Coinbase is really shady about that. And you pay a big premium on Coinbase, so not really worth it.
Yeah. So there are other alternatives out there. So
yeah, even using GDAX instead. Well, it's a trading platform that is managed by Coinbase, but when using it, you don't pay fees or less.
Right. Yeah, you know, and there's videos out there on that. I might link one down on how to use GDAX and how to be able to actually buy and sell even to your bank account. I think using GDAX with less fees or almost no fees, just by using GDAX, which is something you really have to be careful with it. But you know, we might go ahead and do a tutorial on it, but.
Just hang on a second. I'm coming back in a minute. There's someone there talking to me.
Yeah.
Just keep talking. Keep entertaining.
Oh yeah, always. Once again, Crypto Daily, Mike B, and Silvertooth. There's some good channels to check out as well. Crypto Daily, super funny, entertaining, includes art, with the information, and I love that, you know, because that's what I try to do. You know, now I started doing these live streams as information because I understand that people are more hungry for information than they are entertainment. But I still have some entertaining videos. Go check them out. But yeah, Crypto Daily, Mike B, is pretty good, and Silvertooth. Silvertooth is cool. He's a character. But again, you look at the different YouTubers and you'll pick whichever ones is your flavor. You know what I mean? Me, I watch almost everybody, man. We're all cool. We're getting closer to the 4th of December, which was the prediction that Cliff High gave us about BitConnect. He gave the world about BitConnect, saying that on or around the 4th, he says give them 2 or 3 days, give or take a little. That is when BitConnect should start unraveling. Doesn't seem like it to me at this point. I think the 1st of this month or next month, BitConnect is supposed to be rolling out their debit card. We'll see what happens, man. Not in the U.S. though. You know, everywhere else probably, but not in the U.S. They had their party last night. No, I was telling people how we're getting closer to the 4th. You know, today's the 1st. The 4th is when Cliff High said that BitConnect should be unraveling, and you know, he said give him 2 or 3 days always. You know, give or take a little bit. But he said by the 4th is when. But I really don't see it happening. And even Jay Snip said that Cliff High says himself that he's only 50% right most of the time, even though he says he's a little more accurate with the cryptos. You know, but we'll see what happens.
That's not the good way to look at it. The BitConnect thing isn't a crypto Nalta report thing. It's an analysis he made by running the numbers on BitConnect dividends, thing like that. No, he just made a spreadsheet, looked at the aggregate dividends and how the snowball grow in size.
Yeah, the snowball effect.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's looking at that and say, okay, they got that in Bitcoin, they got that in BitConnect. Even if we can't really know that, but you can kind of look at the market cap of BitConnect, look at the people trading there. There's some information, and you look at that and says, oh, all right. So with this data, they run out of money at that date. But, well, Bitcoin grew a lot in price since that. And the BitConnect coin too grew a lot of price since that. So maybe it will buy them a few months.
Hey man, if they keep
I'm
making...
I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much though.
Yeah.
I mean, and the sooner it will blow, the better, in my opinion. Because the later it will blow, the bigger it will be. So, I mean, right now it's already a lot of money involved.
There's tons of money involved.
If the thing is still here in spring, we will get a shitload of early adopters coming in and getting caught into that. And that will probably get BitConnect like a second breath to go over a few months. But really, I don't want that. I don't really want that because it will just delay the inevitable.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Well, look, I told my viewers yesterday that I'm not really pumping it, but until after the new year, and then I'm not even really gonna pump it, but I'm gonna still talk about it because I've always liked it. I've always been into, I've always liked multi-level marketing. I have. Some people are against it, but a lot of times the people that are against it are antisocial. You see, multi-level marketing, you know, it creates a bond between people, you know, and that's why it's called marketing, network marketing, because you meet people that do other things and a lot of other things come about it. Look at Burst. We met each other through Burst, even though Burst is not a multi-level marketing.
Yeah, well, you know, I tried it, and my issue with that It's I like to get to get good relationship with people,
Yeah.
but I don't want money to be involved in that relationship, and I don't want to expect anything from them, not money, not anything, and so it's kind of weird when you're trying to sell your product to a friend. I mean, at some point it made me feel that's not right, and that's a bad use of relationship and friendship to use it that way
Yeah,
to
but
make
in this
money. I
case,
mean,
there's no product. In this case, there's no product to sell. You see what I'm saying? There's no product. You're not selling
right,
anything to anyone.
right.
You know, and BitConnect is its own blockchain, and who knows if they're actually doing stuff behind the scenes and investing some of that money like a real bank does. You know,
Yeah,
real banks invest that
it
money.
don't mean shit. That they got their own blockchain don't mean shit because we don't have the source code of this blockchain.
Well, they had the
So
robot. You didn't see the robot last night? He was at the party. The trading robot. You didn't see it? He was, yeah, he was at the party. He was at the Big Connect party yesterday, man. I was watching
yeah,
Trayvon's channel, man.
sure.
He was dancing with people and everything. So whoever says there's no trading bot, you're wrong. Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
that's why we do not make much dividends that day.
Because they were partying with our
The,
money.
the robot was busy dancing.
Oh yeah, because the robot was out partying and drinking, huh? Oh man, yeah, man. But you know,
Yeah, this shit is crazy, but
so right now, what was this something that you had wanted to bring up to the viewers? Something you wanted to mention or talk about? What we was talking about before we came on air?
mm,
The project or what?
well, we can talk about the tether situation. You know the USD tether.
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
yeah. What really happened? Like, what's going on now? Where are we at with it now?
Okay, so to summarize the thing a little bit, so we got this coin called USD Tether that is supposedly backed by real US dollars and supposed to keep a value of 1 USD per Tether. And so for a long time, the market cap of Tether was around 10 million and it wasn't really a problem. But recently, the market cap has gone up a lot, like
For Tether?
really a lot. We get
For Tether?
not, yeah, Tether. Right now, we got a bit less than 1 billion Tether in circulation, and we're not really sure that the money is at the bank. This was never audited. They promised an audit for a long time now, and they never did. They did some kind of audit that wasn't a real audit to like make things right. Supposedly, it's Taiwanese banks that are holding this USD Tether. And recently, we also learned that USD is controlled. The Tether is controlled by Bitfinex. And so some people are wondering why Bitfinex are printing Tether like mad. Is it to pump the price of Bitcoin? Is it to... So there is concern about price manipulation because Tether are used to buy Bitcoin or buy alt, and we don't really know if those Tether hold a real value. And that's quite a concern. And plus, Tether is completely centralized. So at any point, the SEC or the Taiwanese regulation could go and seize the bank account and goodbye Tether.
Well, let me ask you: is it a fact that Bitfinex are the ones that are like behind USD Tether? Is that a fact, are people just like? Is that a rumor?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not really the same company, but there are the same people involved, and there are some link between the companies. Like one is a sub company of the other, or something, some crap like that. But yeah, it's kind of proven now. There was some, I think it's a guy called Bitfinex on Steemit or something like that made some good articles about that. And they talked about it on a World Crypto Network.
Okay.
It's kind of worrisome situation because even if you can say that, right, 1 billion Tether, it's not that much compared to 100 billion Bitcoins. Well,
Right.
way much right now. But here is the thing. Most of the Bitcoins aren't traded. They are holded and they are not traded.
Right. Most people hold their
But
Bitcoin.
100% of the Tether are traded. So if there is a Tether panic at some point, well, but it should make the price of alts and Bitcoin to go up because the people will leave Tether like mad. I mean, but at that point, will the Tether retain its $1 price? Probably not, because everybody will want to sell its Tether. So you can peg an asset on a currency, but market forces are market forces. If there is a Tether run, it will affect the price of Tether, and it will affect the price of Bitcoin big time. Could mean a big rise up because everybody will try to leave Tether, and the only place to go will be Bitcoin.
Got you. Well, did they get hacked or not? Did Tether get hacked?
Yeah, they got hacked, but it's a very weird hack. I mean, it's really, really weird how it was done. It was done by the same person. It was allegedly done by the same person that hacked Bitfinex a while ago for a few Bitcoins. And what happened is that an address on Tether was compromised. And what's very weird is that it's a multi-sig address that got compromised. And I think it's, we don't really know how much SIG we need, but that would mean that you need at least 2 private keys to move funds from this address. So we don't know if it was an inside job or anything, or very, very, very good hacker, maybe, but already finding one private key is hard enough. Finding 2 is very hard. And maybe there was 3 or 5 to get to open this address.
Got you.
So they got some Bitcoins from this address because the Tether are linked to Bitcoin addresses, and there was some Bitcoins on the address. And they got a few million Tether, I think, but as Tether is centralized, they just roll back their blockchain.
Now, Bitfinex just recently just told all of the U.S. Users who were U.S. based to get the hell out of here, right? They kicked all of the U.S. people. They said no more U.S. people, right? Bitfinex.
Right?
Yeah, they got rid of the U.S. people. No, if you're from the U.S., you can't use
when
Bitfinex anymore.
When did that happen?
That happened like this month. They were talking about it already. They were already talking about it since the summer. And then now they went ahead and did it. They got rid of all the U.S. users. That happened that happened like in November, like early last month. You know, we're in December now, and that's what I'm saying. So if they're backing, or if they had something to do, or their people had something to do with USD Tether, but you're kicking out all of the U.S. citizens, I don't know, man. It's something. Just even if it doesn't go together, it just still seems fishy to me. Like, you're using the USD Tether, but you're not allowed to have USD users. I don't know. But anyway, that's just weird, man. They've been doing some weird stuff.
That won't prevent the SEC to go after them if they want.
He said it won't
I mean,
prevent.
the SEC can go to the Taiwanese bank and ask the Taiwanese bank to freeze the account, and the Taiwanese bank will do it. I mean, you can't really escape from that. The thing is completely centralized, and every attempt to create some kind of internet money like that with a centralized collateral is not sustainable, because at some point what the government has to do is just read the thing. They go to the bank, they ask for the banker for the key of the vault, and they take everything.
Yeah.
They freeze everything. So
So
I mean,
is someone coming out with an alternative to USD Tether?
yeah, sure. There is already one alternative. It's used by BitShares on their decentralized exchange,
It's by
because
BitShares?
BitShare already, yeah, BitShare, they already got a decentralized exchange, and they got some kind of USD token that is managed by a smart contract and linked to real bank accounts. So the smart contract can verify every time if the amount of token is corresponding with the amount of collateral in the bank. So it's kind of neat, actually. They got the smart contract pretty neat. It's I think it's open source, and it's pretty nicely done.
That'll be nice. You know, and for those that don't know, the big deal about USD Tether is that, like, when you're trading, and if you want to trade back into US dollars, which doesn't go up and down as much as as the coins or as Bitcoin. So, like, let's say you're trading, let's say you want to short Ethereum or you want to short Bitcoin, and before it dips, you don't want your dollar amount to dip. You can just buy some USD Tether, and it'll stay stable, and then you can buy back in to the Bitcoin. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
it's like cashing
the
out,
point
but
is
you're not literally cashing out. You're just
the point of Tether is to get access to the BTC USD, ETH USD, and Alt USD pair of trading without having to deal with USD, with real USD. So exchange like Poloniex or Bittrex or Binance that don't accept or deal in fiat at all, well, this exchange can trade USD even if they don't deal into fiat. But that's kind of a tricky way to do it, and I think at some point some regulators will come into it and say you don't want to do that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. A lot of the fun that people are having right now is going to change a little bit, but that's the beautiful thing about getting in something early, you know, because I've realized throughout my entire life that no great hustle lasts forever. You know what I mean? Something comes and changes it. That's why you have to do what you can, get
well,
as much as you
you,
can, and be
you see
prepared for the
the
change.
the good point of coming early is that you have the time to make some mistakes.
That part. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That part, man. And I really want I've
You have
quickly
the time to learn and to make some mistakes and learn from your mistakes.
yeah, and still be able to recover and still have enough time to recover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and still be able to recover.
Yeah.
It's not as merciless as some trades could be. That if you're doing your thing correctly, it's pretty much impossible to get really wrecked. I mean, if you get wrecked, that means you did something very stupid at some point.
Yeah. And I've gotten wrecked, which means I've done very stupid things at various points this past year.
Yeah, yeah. It actually happened to me for one time too. But,
We're not gonna go
that
there
was a
right
very
now.
good learning opportunity. I mean, we all start by doing that.
Yeah, yeah. But I got some good news last night, man, and I got to thank Cliff High, as well, for pointing out to me that, you know, if you do lose money on the blockchain, it's always on the blockchain, and always try to figure out a way that you can get it back. And I think I'm gonna be getting some of that back, and you helped me out too, bro. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And mom said she was praying on it. I
Yeah,
even told moms about it. So it's like, but yeah, man. I've made some serious mistakes, man, and but it's been a wild ride. But now it feels like I've been in the game so long, made these mistakes. Like I feel like I can breathe now. Like now, like the flow is so much better. You know what I'm saying with these coins, like man. And this is why the
yeah,
channel.
that's right. I
Yeah,
mean, we were. Uh, I did some stupid mistake when I was looking at the 15-minute shorts. I mean, we were so in the now and in the next day. How much will I make in the next day? And when the day is red, it's apocalyptic.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, it's falling, it's falling. What do we do?
Right, right, and
Yeah, we got out of that now.
and
No,
bro,
kinda, it's falling. Yeah, it's a good thing. Let's buy some more.
right. But and this is what I want to point out to people, and why I feel this channel is very important, just as other channels are, because a lot of us have already made mistakes, and you can learn from those mistakes. The viewers can learn from those mistakes so that they don't make
Right.
them, because it doesn't make sense. And I don't want to look at the newbies as children, but like using an example of a family, what the father or the mother's supposed to do is make sure that the children don't make the same mistakes, and that they can do better than they did. You know what I mean? When they were that age. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't get that growing up. And a lot of people don't want to see other people succeed or do better than them. Look, I want everybody watching to do better than me. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of this channel. I want you guys to do better than me. I want you guys to be, 3 or 4 months into the game in a much better position than I was when I was 3 or 4 months into the game. And that's what my channel's about. You know what I mean? And that's why Rokin's here. That's why I'm here. Is to help. Because we love money. Everybody likes money. We need money. I'm not saying we love money, but everybody needs it, but we don't love it. And what we love is to see the world become a better place. You know what I'm saying? And how can it become better if we're just letting everybody make the same mistakes? Or oh no, you have to make these mistakes, to make you better. Like, nah, you don't have to make those mistakes. We already made them for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. But yeah, when I started to get interested in that, I could certainly have used some advices, really.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same
But
here, man. Same
yeah,
here.
it took quite some time to study how everything is put together. I mean, there's a lot to cover. I
A lot.
mean,
There's a lot. That's
between
why.
the crypto, the ICOs world, there's all that these new technologies coming out, and sometimes it's kind of hard to grasp what those coins are doing because the technology is so new, so innovative that I mean, there's really a lot of new technologies coming out. I mean, in every field. I mean,
Yeah.
from food coin to
Yeah.
sound coin to ADEX that deal in advertisement, to coin like Civic that deal in proof of identity. I mean, we got Veritasium and Augur, and there's a coin
Populous,
for everything.
PayPal, Salt.
Salt, yeah, Salt is doing quite good today.
The Sand Coin. You be
Yeah,
able.
the Sun coin.
Yeah, the Sand
Sun
Coin
coin is a good idea, actually.
Yeah, it's an
Sand,
awesome
like
idea.
the sand on the beach.
Huh?
Like the sand of the beach. You know Sun coin?
Yeah, I
Sun
understand.
coin?
I understand it a little bit, because it's gonna deal with the sand in Russia, which is because you need a certain kind of
Yeah.
sand in order to make cement, and there's gonna be so much infrastructure being built in Russia that there's gonna be a high demand for that sand, and the Sand Coin is
Yeah.
kind of like pegged to that, right?
Yeah, the Sun coin is used to pay the shipping of your sand.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you can hedge can hedge on the shipping price of your sand, and if you buy the coin at the right way, you can get off with a cheaper shipping coin for your sand, and it's thing like that. So it got a real value, and it's kind of well made, well put together. It's not a big company, and it's not a coin that can make like 1,000 of profit, but the idea is good. It's the first real token linked to a commodity like that. So, I mean, I'd like to see some coin like this one issued by mining companies, mining of silver and gold.
Yeah.
I mean, that they could use the same principle to make their crypto, to ensure delivery of silver or gold or any commodity. I mean, it can be wheat, it can be copper, it can be oil. Well, oil will be a hard one, but
yeah.
Not because of the technology, but because oil is already it's a tricky subject. I mean, with the petrodollar and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you make a oil-backed cryptocurrency, I don't know if this will get much success, as we already got the US dollar. That is basically an oil-backed cryptocurrency. The US dollar.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So, yeah, it could be the way that the price of silver and gold really shot up. Yeah, this kind of crypto. I mean, we could see the prices of the derivative of silver and gold stay very low for a long time, but on the background of that, we will get some crypto companies or mining companies launching their crypto. There will be a whole new market to trade silver and gold via these coins. So I'm looking for that. I think when I will see something like that, I will be into it. Right now, I don't see any company that fits the bill, but I think that's one space that is very. I mean, it has a good future, I think, and we will see more of this thing.
Definitely, man. Man, we've been on for like an hour now, man. Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick. You know, I just wanted to say that I need people to grasp how serious and how important, how early we are in the game. People, you know, it's like I try to tell people, this is like getting on Google or getting in Facebook and actually it's better, you know what I mean? But I can't even tell them that because they can't even fathom the fact when I tell them that, look, this is like getting in Google and stuff when it first started. Can you imagine the stuff some of these people went through, some of the investors went through, and some of the people, you know, people talking trash to them and telling them, or people just like shrugging their shoulders and stuff, you know?
We are like in the 90s with internet.
Yeah.
Except that the technology is going at least twice as fast.
At least twice as fast. I'll say like 10 times as fast. You know what I'm saying? Because of the blockchain, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, since the invention properly of the internet, since the dot-com bubble, yeah. I mean, that was like 20 years, something like that.
Yeah.
From the early day until the explosion of the dot-com bubble in 2000.
Yeah.
Where right now the technology started in 2009.
Yeah.
We're in 2017 and the thing is already taking up like mad. And yeah, so we are like, from the internet's point of view, you can say that from before the 90s, you can say that the people working on the internet before the 90s were the innovators. And from the 90s onward, we can say that the people, like from the 90 to 95, that the people were the early adopters. And then when we got to like 2000, it started to hit mainstream. And when it hit mainstream, then it crashed. But it crashed and then it goes back up. There was a huge cleaning up of all the dirty companies and the unicorn companies that were making money out of the internet by doing nothing. And we got a big crash and a new market that is now dominated by the big player at that time, like Facebook, Google, Apple.
Well, look,
everything.
I'm looking at 100 years at least for cryptocurrencies. That's my vision. That's how I see. That's what my heart and my gut is telling me, because this is a currency. These are currencies. This is money. How long has money been around? Almost forever.
No,
So until something new
I
comes
can't
out.
get a proper. I can't get a proper picture of what this thing will be in a year. So don't talk me about 100 years.
Ah, man, you know me, man. I'm always looking. Woo! So anyway, man, this is definitely
I mean,
on another
the
level.
expectation, my expectation for this year were crushed half a year ago. My best expectation from this year were completely crushed right way before 10,000. Wasn't expecting that.
It's a beautiful
No
thing.
one was expecting that.
You know, it kind of hurts my heart a little bit when I try to explain to people like how serious this is, or when people are like, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna sell." You know, they bought back in April, and then they're like, "Well, I think
it's never wrong to take profits."
Yeah, no, listen, but that's not why I told my people.
Time and bad time to do it, but it's never wrong to take profits.
Listen.
You take profits when you see that the market.
That's because you're a trader. You're talking from a trader's point of view. I'm talking about people that have no idea about anything and have never invested in anything good in their entire life. And now this is something good that can make you millions upon millions, and you want to sell when you're just at 10,000. Like, no, that's not the goal. We're not even close to what the goal was. I'm talking about millions. You're talking about John McAfee himself is like 500,000. Now he changed his view to like Bitcoin might hit 1 million. You see what I'm saying? Because Bitcoin surpassed what he thought it was going to. So anyway, you know, when you're talking about $1 million Bitcoin versus a $10,000 Bitcoin, it's like, you're hurting my heart. You're killing me. And guess what? I'm not going to come back to help you, because I helped you one time. I did what I can. It's on you to do what you want with your money, but I told you what to do with it. I told you to hold it. Don't sell it. This is for people who don't trade. If you're selling now, unless it's an emergency or you're about to be homeless or you're about to die, do not cash in your cryptos. Don't. You're being stupid. And I'm going to tell you to your face.
If you want to trade, you gotta learn how to do it properly. You don't want to go right away and try to trade and you don't know what you're doing. That's what I did at first, and I got pretty much wrecked.
Yeah, but you're a trader.
Then I sat around for 2 months, and I learned a lot of things about trading, about crypto, and now I feel a bit more comfortable about it. But that was a very long period of learning, and I'm still learning every day.
Yeah, but that's
how to manage Bitcoin.
You're a trader. You sit there, you look at cryptos all day. You know, you got some people that don't have time to do that, and I'm telling them, look, just buy and hold. Just buy and hold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're never wrong. You're never wrong holding crypto.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I know the concept about taking profits.
You want the right one though. You want the right one though. If you just want to hold and just don't look at it and put it on the cold storage and don't look at it, then
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and
want to be in Bitcoin, Ether,
and Litecoin.
Yep. Yeah, maybe Monero on that, but that's the one you want. You don't want to go invest in any little ICO or
Exactly.
find a little coin, or you can invest in Burst. Burst is good, but
Burst is good. Oh yeah, we love
don't go
Burst.
to look over some.
Yeah, we love Burst,
Don't
and
go
Burst
looking
loves us.
over to some. Yeah, Burst is always good. I mean, at this price, Burst is always good. But Burst is another story. Burst got a whole another level of technology behind it. It's a real problem solver for the energy issue of Bitcoin. So on Bitcoin and the other crypto that are proof of work mining. So yeah, Burst is another story. You can put a bit in Burst, but don't go put all your saving in anything. Or
Yeah,
if you want to do put all your saving in one thing, put it in Bitcoin.
that's right. That's right.
Don't go try to get fancy. That's the one that will return you the most if you don't trade.
Absolutely. And on that note, Roken, I don't know what my connection is starting to get bad now. I guess it's telling us we've been on here a little long now, man. I want to thank you. If there's nothing else that you wanted to mention, bro, you know what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and close it out.
Well, no, right now it's quite good. Gotta keep it for another time.
Okay. All right. No doubt, man. Thank you, man. And let's change this world one Bitcoin at a time. All right, bro.
Sure, man.
All right.
All
Thank you, man.
right. See
Peace.
you later.